What is going on, everybody? It's Floopy Donkey here, and this is my favorite part about doing a rebuild or franchise mode in Madden, and that is the off season. Unfortunately, we did not get it done against the Cowboys, but good 10-6 record for the first year Panthers under Matt Rule with Teddy Bridgewater. Christian McCaffrey's probably running away with the MVP award, so that's pretty good. We'll have an overlook of all those things coming up shortly, but we got to re-sign some staff. We need a chief scout. And you know what? New owner David Tepper says, look, man, you did good. We're going to look at potentially rehiring some people. His specialty is running back overall. I'm not going to re-sign this guy. I'm going to wait. I'm also probably going to fire our trainer because he's only a level 9. Let's fire him. We're going to let go of Mason. We're not going to re-sign him. So now we've got two guys that we need to re-sign. Go ahead and fast forward and get this offseason started. All right, so we need to hire some staff. Let's get some offers in. Owner David Tepper said, hey, man, you had a good first year. Let's give you some money. We've got a lot of money here, over $260 million to spend it on. We need a scout. Let's try to get the best one we can. So running back overall, I'm going to look at the scouting specialty and see exactly what we need. Man, I'll tell you what, DBs are always, to me, the hardest to draft for, and I think that's what I'm going to go. Ray Woodall here helping us with that specialty of defensive backs. Usually quarterbacks are pretty standard, so we're going to go ahead and sign him. We're going to do a 5-year if we don't need him after that. And really, I mean, we've got plenty of money here. There's no reason not to go ahead and try to break the bank here. And then on the trainer's side of things, man, it looks like Winters is the #1 world class. But one of the things I really don't understand in Madden is like level 30, level 20. Is there really any difference here? I mean, both regression is world class, and we need that so that we keep our good players around for longer. So I'm just going to go 28. I mean, we'll give him 120 and keep him around for as long as we can. And that'll be the end of that. So we'll see if they accept that offer. We can advance to the Pro Bowl and see what happens. All right, guys, so we hired our scout and we hired our trainer. We'll acknowledge that. So we're all set here. I'm not going to play the Pro Bowl. Let's look at the Pro Bowl roster to see if any of our guys got in there. Christian McCaffrey slides into the #1 running back in the league. And that's probably, I would imagine, it for us as far as the Pro Bowl goes. I don't really see anyone else here. Maybe Shaq. Yep, so Shaq got the top spot for middle linebacker. I'm really surprised that Brian Burns did not get in here. He had over 15 sacks on the season. Man, Thomas Davis got in there. That's pretty cool to see the old man get in there and get it done. Isaiah Simmons there. Joey Slye gets it in for the kicker. So Panthers have 3 guys. We've got Christian McCaffrey, Shaq, and Joey Slye. So one guy from each side of the field, so to speak, offense, defense, and special teams. So let's fast forward this. So here we are, guys. MVP alert. Christian McCaffrey ends up getting it done. And Kevin Stefanski, Coach of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, is also Christian McCaffrey. That legacy score is already way up there, over 8,000. Shaq Thompson, Defensive Player of the Year. Let's see if we have anyone else. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we didn't have anybody even in the. Jeremy Chin did crack in there, but cracked the top 10. But that was about it. Best running back, Christian McCaffrey, no surprise. Offensive line, nobody. Defensive line, Brian Burns. Man, I don't know what else he could have done to get a little top spot there. Shaq with the top linebacker, and we had nobody for defensive back. Joey Slye does get the top kicker. And now it's time to scout some players, upgrade some players. But we're going to fast forward all of this until we get some things happening in free agency. All right, guys, here we are. Top stories in the offseason. And, man, Green Bay Packers crushed the Tennessee Titans 56-14 in the Super Bowl. And we beat the Packers, if I'm not mistaken. So to see them go ahead and take home the Lombardi, that's a little tough to say, but hey, maybe it just wasn't our year. We're maybe 1 year away from that that Lombardi, hoisting that Lombardi trophy. We've got LaShawn McCoy retires, Josh Norman, he retires, Joe Flacco, Adrian Peterson retires. So there's a lot of top talent that is no longer in the NFL. And now we have our re-signing. I think we're going to go ahead and re-sign. We could franchise tag some of these guys. But I'm going to try to negotiate a deal for – I'm not going to negotiate a deal for Logan Ryan. I think that we could do a little bit better. We've got only $29 million in cap space. I think we could potentially find somebody in free agency that's a little bit better. But Darren Lee, I really like potentially trying to get him for really – I mean, we're talking about $5 million, and if we cannot find somebody in the franchise or in the draft, I'm trying to get an outside linebacker in the draft for sure, but if we can't, at least we have somebody here that can do the job, and we're just going to do very minimum here, but he's going to test out free agency. So we weren't going to do much anything. We're going to withdraw offer from Logan Ryan, so we weren't able to sign either, so no big deal. We're going to advance into the next stage of this offseason. Let's see who we got. All right, everybody, so here we are in free agency now, and we have quite a lot of weak areas or spots that we need to fill in this on this roster. We need a tight end, we need tackles, we need guards, we need outside linebackers. We also need some DB depth. So we're going to go through here and see if we can't find some young talent that maybe some other teams gave up on that we could potentially grab for cheap and continue to try to build this team and make it the best possible team that it can be. All right, everybody, so we put in an offer for Brandon Scherff. I'm not really sure how you say that. 3-year deal, right guard, 29 years old. I think this would be a good bid here. We got 1 point over the Seahawks. He's an 88 overall, so he can help solidify that interior line for the Panthers. And we're going to see if we're able to get that bid in for this right guard. I really don't know what team he played before. I actually never heard of him before, but let's keep hunting and see what we can find. All right, everybody, I think we found our second or, our other corner to go opposite of Dante Jackson here. Awuzie, he's a slot guy. He's a scheme fit. San Fran is the only team that's put in an offer for 65. So I feel comfortable saying that we can get this offer in. I'm going to put it in, see if we can't get him. And, I mean, we're way at 94 points, so we're all good here. I don't see anyone else in the in free agency that we could get. Maybe Marcus Williams. He would probably be a pretty good guy to get, only 24 years of age. I'm going to try to put an offer in, see what we can get for him. I don't want to overpay for it. 94 points. That puts us in second. And then maybe we could trade Trey Boston. I think we try to upgrade this. Let's put some more cap or signing bonus in here. Not too much. Let's do 5.5, and then maybe we can trade. 104. That's way too much. Let's get this adjusted. We might have went a little too crazy here with the signing bonus. Try to find that sweet spot. There's still 100. Man. We want to barely just beat out the Dolphins, and I think that will do it. We'll leave it right there. We'll see what happens, and we'll come back to it. Let's fast forward and see if we're able to sign any of these guys. All right, so our contract was declined by Marcus Williams. He rejected that contract. Awuzie we did get, so that's really good. Still young, 26 years old. And our right guard, Brandon Scherff, he rejected that as well. So maybe, and that might not be a bad thing. He could have easily, we might have been overpaying for him. I don't know if, let's see if he's still on the board. No, he got signed. So the Dolphins countered our offer. And that's one thing I don't like about the offseason for Madden is that whenever, we didn't even get a chance to counter that offer. They just went right back in over the top of us and got it 2 points higher. And I might have overpaid for him. 87 at 24 years old. I mean, he's already a star development. I think we could have gotten that done. But Trey Boston, 78. He's still got a few years left on that contract. He did get a few interceptions and a few forced fumbles. So, I mean, that's not a bad starter for the Panthers. So let's continue the hunt and see if there's somebody we could sign. All right, everybody. So we got a contract accepted by Gus Edwards, the former Ravens running back, 26-year-old, 78 overall. So he would be a good replacement for Mike Davis, just basically a younger version of Mike Davis there. And we went ahead and got a good vertical threat tight end, 1-year deal with Jared Cook, 83 overall. He's still got 83 or 84 speed, so he can still get down the field. He's basically just, I would say, a little bit better version of Delanie Walker and what he did. I'm going to look at the draft and see if we can't find somebody, but we'll have to cross that path when we get there. We were at least able to get a tight end that is going to be, I guess, suitable for us for this upcoming season. We still got a lot of holes to fill, basically in the offensive line that we need to tackle in on that offense outside linebacker position. But we're going to go ahead and fast forward on the draft and make hopefully some really, really good decisions. Let's do a fantasy or a free agent recap just to give you guys an idea of who went where with the league signings. You got Chris Godwin went to the New York Giants. Alvin Kamara does not sign with the Saints, so no longer have to worry about him inside the division. He goes to the Washington football team. Richard Sherman to the Rams. Kenny Golladay goes with Cam to the Patriots. And I say Cam, but I'm not actually sure did he even sign with the Patriots. And to be honest with you, I don't know. It doesn't say. I guess maybe he did a 2-year deal or they extended him or something. So he looks like Cam. He's going with Cam Newton to the Patriots. Kareem Hunt goes to the Ravens. Brandon Scherff goes to the Seahawks. Marcus Williams goes to the Dolphins. Patrick Lindsey to the Giants. Earl Thomas to the Washington football team. So got some good signings going to Ron Rivera and Washington there. You got Alex Mack. Let's see, is there anyone else worth talking about? Doesn't look like it there. Cordell Patterson goes to the Lions. And that kind of looks like that's pretty much it. Is there anyone left that was a big name? Phillip Rivers is a free agent. Mitchell Trubisky, Ryan Fitzpatrick, all of those guys are free agents. You got Demario Davis. So maybe he is someone we can sign if we do not get anybody for cheap. Devontae Freeman, Damian Williams. So there's still a lot of good names. Levi Wallace, good corner. But let's get this draft started. So here we go. Panthers on the clock. Pick 21. I went ahead and paused things because 2 minutes just, ain't enough time for me to talk and do everything. So we're going to go ahead and make our selection. We're going to look at and see who we can potentially pick, see who's left on the board. What I'm going to do is look at our draft board, look at who we have here as far as talent goes and what we need at the position. And guys, we've got a good quarterback here. We've got a first-round talent-filled General James Askins. I think that is definitely one of the guys who put in they wanted to get drafted here. I think we go Clemson. So local guy, Phil General. Do we go with him? Let's keep looking. All right, everybody. So I looked through pretty much everybody, and I think with the Panthers and what they have, I think we have to go with James Askins out of Clemson. The Phil General with a big arm, got some really good at those throwing accuracy, short play action. I think we go with him. I mean, he's going to be our guy. Phil General, 21 years old, 6'1", 260, so he's a tank. I think we draft him. Let's see what we got. 73 overall. James Askins, Phil General, normal development, but it says we reached. His true rank was 23. We drafted him at 21. That's not a reach. That's right on par. I think that is a good draft value to draft exactly what you need. Let's look at some of his ratings. 91 throwing power, accuracy 26, throwing the one or 76, throwing the run 78. He can break sacks, so he is kind of that big Ben mold, big guy. Short accuracy is really good, a lot better probably than already Teddy Bridgewater. So Teddy Bridgewater officially has some competition at the quarterback position. So let's go ahead and advance and see who our second round pick will be for the Carolina Panthers. All right, so I'm looking at our draft board here. We've got some first round talent at the tight end position, and that's somebody that we need. I really am a big believer in only drafting. Don't reach for people just because they're there. We do have a first round grade on a vertical tight end, which is exactly what we need. I mean, check this out, guys. A- in catching. He had the first vert jump as tight ends, the second 40-yard dash. This dude's an athletic freak. Brandon Trainer, I think we draft him and get another weapon for Teddy Bridgewater or potentially James Askins. 72 overall, 72 vertical. Good pick. His rank was 31. His drafted value was 31, but we drafted him at 53, so that's a really, really good draft grade. And anytime you can draft players a 70 or above in this draft, I think you've done something. So let's go ahead and skip ahead and get this third pick checked off. I'm happy with the first two guys that we've gotten for the Panthers. Let's make it 3 for 3 here with another good draft pick. Let's go to that draft board on who we scouted. See if we can't find a second round grade on somebody. Who do we have here? Outside linebacker Taylor Hogan. This is exactly what we needed. Early second rounder too. So he was potentially a first round pick grade at least. And so he can jump a little bit. He's got finesse moves, tackle. Let's draft him and see what we get. 71 overall. So we ranked at 37. We get him at 85. And again, I'm a really big proponent in the analytics when it comes to that. And I'm happy with that. It's 3 for 3. I am very, very pleased with our 3 draft picks. All right, round 4. Let's make a selection. So we've already got a good quarterback, another good weapon, tight end, and we got a outside linebacker that we needed, but we're still needing some offensive line depth, which we haven't been able to find yet. Let's see if there's anybody here on the board. We can only go with the people that we have drafted and that we have draft. Let's go scout it. See if there's anybody here, even in red, that would be a potential. There's a third round corner. That wouldn't be bad to get. Is there anyone else here potentially available with a high draft grade? There's another third round talent. And it looks like we're going both corners here. So I'm going to go with the first one. Well, let's take a dive into this though. Let's go with our draft board. Let's switch over to the corner position. So Bobby Anthony is not a scheme fit. George Chamberlain is. This could be a potential. So he's an early third rounder projected. Bobby Anthony is a mid third rounder. So I think we go with the scheme fit. He's an earlier round talent projection. He's got play recognition, so maybe he can fill in that Eli Apple mold for a 69 overall. That's not too bad. He was a 73 ranked value, and we drafted him at 170. Or 117, not too bad. That's probably a practice squad or depth position for the Panthers. And we're going to keep simming things. If we don't have anybody that we like, we're definitely going to trade the pick away and look at stockpiling picks in the future. So let's go ahead and make our selection, see what we got. Again, let's go to the draft board. Who do we got? Do we have another third round pick? No, we've got fourth. So we need to look at what do we need? We got safety. We've got an early fourth round grade on Orlando Lawson. And we've got an early fourth round grade on Doug Holliday. Now, we do need both of these. It looks like Doug Holliday's got a little bit of athletic ability there. Third and full safety, first, and the broad jump, 3-cone, and 20-yard shuttle. And then again here for Orlando Lawson. Same thing. His combine report's a little bit better. He's 22. He's a hybrid. But Doug Holliday is a scheme fit. He's 21 zone. I think we draft him. See what happens. 68 overall. Not too bad. Good pick. 100 value at 149. And we're able to get another good safety to help Jeremy Chin there in the Panthers secondary. After really the fourth round, it's really hard to find that diamond in the rough, so to speak. Let's see if there's anybody else here left for us on the draft board. We do have a 4th round grade on a corner. I think we draft him. See what happens. 67 overall. So again, I'm not, these guys, these late round picks, they are really just a, throwing a dart in the dark. Hopefully you're able to find somebody that can be a depth player for you, or maybe a good special teams guy. But I'm not looking for too much here. Let's see if we have anybody left on the board. We don't, and I'm going to trade this pick away. I mean, there's nobody here. It's going to be very rare. Let's see what we can get for it. Let's review our offers. So we can get a 6th round pick from the Vikings next year's. Nope. Yeah, next year's draft, because this is the, wait, is this, no, this is the 20, yeah, this is the 2021 draft. So we get a 6th round pick from the Jets. We're not probably expecting them to do a whole lot. And that's a 170. We got the Dolphins, but they've got Tua. And I don't know if we go with that. I think we go with the Jets. Yeah, I think we go with the Jets. I think that's the best bargain. That's a 6th round pick. And maybe we can do something with that next year. Let's go ahead and fast forward the rest of our draft and look at the draft recap. We got Omar Bayless returning from injury, wide receiver for us. And look at this draft recap and see what we got. We've got 3 guys with 73, 72, and 71 overall. So James Askins, the new quarterback from Clemson for the Carolina Panthers, who is going to give Teddy Bridgewater a run for his money. We're going to immediately get him in there in training and try to build up his attributes as quickly as possible. And let's just look at some of the 1st round picks. I know some of you guys got put in there, so I'm sure you would be interested in seeing where you went. We had a lot of quarterbacks go. Rams didn't have a pick. Got Greg Galloway for the Washington football team, 73 overall. So, man, they've got some good wide receivers for the Washington football team. So we got Gavin Bauer. He was a 74 overall field general, and he ends up going to the New York Giants, who needed quarterback help. And, man, Gavin's quick, 81 speed. Pretty good. That's a pretty good pick there. Field general, I like that. Galvin going to the Giants. Let's see if we can't find someone else. And we've got Brandon Mack, BJ Mack, who ends up going. He got picked 12th for the Atlanta Falcons. So we'll see him chasing our quarterback down and Christian McCaffrey down twice a season coming up. So that's pretty cool. Right after him, that was Gavin Bauer. So both you guys are back to back. So let's go ahead and look at free agents, see if we can potentially get some guys picked up before the start of preseason. All right, guys, so we got to cut 7 players. Big decision. We're in at the preseason. I fast-forwarded through a lot of this stuff, and we're going to have to cut a few of these guys. We need to cut 7. I already see 2 right here that we're going to cut. We're going to save almost $1 million from cutting Omar Bayless, almost $1 million with cutting Will Greer. And we're going to go through these and see who else we need to cut, and I'll stop and show you. All right, everybody, so we got some people signed, and I fast-forwarded through the preseason, and we're in week 1, so I just wanted to go over the roster so that we could explain where we're at, everybody get an idea of what we got. We've got Teddy Bridgewater and Askins, of course. Askins is going to be our starting quarterback for 2021 season, and Teddy Bridgewater will just serve as the backup. Of course, we have McCaffrey and Edwards there. No changes here. We did sign Derek Langham, a rookie, off of the practice squad for the Rams, I believe. I can't remember which guy it was. So he's an older rookie, but he does have 91 speed, 95 acceleration. So he's a really good deep threat and can be, I think, a good slot guy if somebody does get hurt. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, but that's, sometimes that's what happens. Now, here is the weak spot for this team without a shadow of a doubt. Greg Little, 71 overall, playing left tackle. We're going to start Dennis Daly because he's the youngest, 2 years. Maybe we can get him to develop a little bit more and maybe get to be a 70 overall, but very weak left guard. Matt Parrott is still holding down the center spot. Look at this right guard, a 64. I mean, that's pretty bad. I think, do we start Steven James? I think we will. I mean, two points overall at this point ain't going to matter. I mean, a 62, 64 both suck. So we're going to start Stephen James at right guard. And right tackle, we've got Tyler Moton. So we're doing pretty good on that end. No changes on the defensive line. Still Gross Matos, Burns, K'Wan Short, Derek Brown holding it down. We did sign DeAndre Walker off of a practice squad as well for that left outside linebacker spot. And we've got Shaq, and of course our new rookie Tyler Hogan's going to be holding down the right outside linebacker, and we'll have Jermaine Carter as a good defensive depth guy. Now we've got Dante Jackson, Awuzie, Eli Apple, and Nick Needham holding things down as far as our cornerbacks go. Trey Boston, and then Jeremy Chin playing the safety spots. Joey Sly got rid of Charlton. Pilardi was hurt all of last season, so we got him back, who can actually kick the ball downfield somewhat. So, guys, here we are. We're all set. The new look 2021 Carolina Panthers. So, last year we finished 10-6. This year, let's look at our schedule just to see if we've got any tough teams. We've got the Buccaneers and the Saints, and then we've got the Eagles, which should be a win. So we've got 2 games that are going to be tough right off the start. Then we come back with the Saints and the Falcons again. Man, we've got a lot of divisional games early. Then we have the Cowboys, Bills, Vikings, Falcons again, the Giants, football team, Patriots. But this is a tough schedule. So we're going to have our work cut out for us this year. Guys, remember, if you haven't subscribed already, let me know down in the comments below. And if you haven't gotten put into the draft, we already have a few people in the game. Some of them with us, and some of them on other teams. If you want to be included in the draft for this upcoming season, please let me know so that I can put you into the game. Again, I think that is so cool to have you guys in there. It makes it more fun for me and fun for you guys because, I mean, we've got a linebacker that I wanted to draft on the on the Falcons. So, and a good linebacker at that. The Giants picked up another good quarterback that we could have taken, but both of them got drafted before it was our turn. So we'll see those guys play, and it's cool. It'll be cool to see how they how all things transpire in these upcoming seasons. But guys, thanks so much, and we'll catch you on the next one.